Welcome everyone to this video, where we'll be discussing the results of the WWE SmackDown episode from November 24th. The show opens with Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, and Shotzi. Becky tells us that while she and Charlotte are rivals, they're willing to do anything to get rid of Damage Control. Each participates in the segment, and Charlotte Flair predicts the end of Damage Control at Survivor Series this Saturday. Bayley then enters alone and clearly tries to reignite tensions between Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair, stating that they have never been able to appreciate each other, spoke ill of each other behind their backs, and finds Becky Lynch a bit too soft since becoming a mother. She notes that Becky was chosen last as a last resort. Becky Lynch then challenges two members of Damage Control to a tag team match that night against her and Charlotte Flair. Later backstage, Bayley joins other members of Damage Control and asks who wants to fight in the main event. Dakota Kai suggests she should go herself with Asuka. Throughout the show, various segments show Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair having difficulty getting along, while Bianca and Shotzi attempt to ease tensions. For the first match of the evening, Damian Priest and Bálor defeated the Street Profits by pinfall, retaining their tag team titles. It was a good match but seemed a bit short, understandable considering the upcoming WarGames match. The Street Profits performed well and could have won if it weren't for Rhea Ripley's interference. Bálor took of it advantage by hitting his coup de grace on Montez Ford and winning the match, retaining their titles. Bobby Lashley watched the match backstage and seemed genuinely annoyed at the outcome. Whether he was upset with the Street Profits for not winning or with Judgment Day remained unclear. Personally, I would like to see a real rivalry between Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits against Judgment Day. A quick note to ask you to like the video and subscribe. It's always appreciated and essential for the channel. Thank you so much. Kevin Owens is a guest on the Grayson Waller effect. But when Waller brings out Kevin Owens, Austin Theory shows up dressed as Owens. As Theory amuses himself by imitating Owens, the real Owens enters, surprising Waller and Theory, who thought he was suspended. Owens tells them his suspension is already over. Owens threatens Waller and Theory with a punch, as he has done before. Waller still hasn't gotten over Owens costing him his match against LA Knight a few weeks ago. Waller keeps mentioning LA Knight's name, prompting Kevin Owens to suggest that repeating someone's name in the ring tends to summon that person. Unsurprisingly, LA Knight appears. The two duos start arguing, and the exchange continues until Owens asks Knight if he wants to hit them first. Knight replies, "Yeah," and lunges at Waller, while Owens goes after Theory. The segment then turns into a tag team match, an enjoyable match won by LA Knight and Kevin Owens. In the end, Owens delivered a devastating stunner to Waller, and the megastar followed it up with a BFT on Theory to secure the victory in front of an ecstatic crowd. Carlito is in the ring. He talks about his scheduled match against Santos Escobar, which will be his first in the WWE PLE in 13 years. He has discussed a lot with Rey Mysterio and is eager to get his hands on Escobar this Saturday. He addresses Escobar, saying he made a serious mistake. Santos Escobar then enters and asks Carlito where his LWO tattoo is, while showing his own. He gets angry, mentioning that LWO and Rey Mysterio were his family, but Carlito ruined it all. He blames Carlito for Rey Mysterio's career being over, stating it's his fault. The two men then start fighting before officials come in to separate them. Just when the brawl seemed to be over, Santos Escobar returns and kicks Carlito's arm, seemingly injuring him. It doesn't end there. After the commercial break, Escobar attacks Carlito backstage, further injuring him. Dragon Lee intervenes to help Carlito. Later on, Nick Aldis announces that Carlito won't be fit for his match at Survivor Series. Dragon Lee arrives and requests to replace Carlito, which the SmackDown GM accepts. Therefore, we'll have Santos Escobar versus Dragon Lee at Survivor Series. This surprising change further highlights Dragon Lee, to the detriment of Carlito. Moving to the third match of the evening, another tag team match. The Pretty Deadly defeated the Brawling Brutes, Ridge Holland and Butch, via pinfall, with a roll-up by Kit Wilson on Butch. During the match, Holland, still upset about the brogue kick received from Butch the previous week, decided to leave Butch alone. Despite this, Butch managed and could have won the match, but he was caught off guard by a roll-up from Kit Wilson for the victory. Sheamus should hurry back to unify his team given the current dissension. But after this night, I feel like I'd like to see Ridge Holland turn into a heel. Moving to the main event, Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair faced off against Bayley and Asuka. A good match that gave us a taste of what's to come in the WarGames. In the end, Becky Lynch had control and was about to win with her manhandle slam on Bayley, but Charlotte Flair at the same time went for a spear on Asuka, interrupting Lynch's pin. Lynch thought it was intentional from her teammate, and tensions resurfaced. Bayley took advantage of the distraction, pushing Lynch into Charlotte before rolling up Lynch for the 3 count and the victory. The show ended with Becky Lynch heading backstage alone after yet another argument with Charlotte Flair. Both wrestlers will need to get along better if they want to defeat Damage Control in the WarGames. What stands out from this SmackDown, Damian Priest and Finn Bálor are still the tag team champions. Ridge Holland doesn't seem willing to forgive Butch. After being attacked by Santos Escobar, Carlito won't be able to fight at Survivor Series and has been replaced by Dragon Lee. And Damage Control won the main event, primarily due to the friction between Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. That's it for this video. Did you like this episode of SmackDown? Let me know in comments. Thank you for watching and take care.